Hello everyone, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to discuss about the robot applications. There are a number of different robot applications are there. Out of that, here in this session, I am going to discuss about the industrial applications of the robots. Okay, there are mainly the first type of the robot application in the industry is that material or part handling applications. Here, most of the applications of the robot falls under this category. Here, the robots are used to. There are two types in this one. Okay, the first one is that a transfer of materials from one location to the another location. Typical applications are as given below. The transfer of the material from one location to the another location. Or the sum of these applications are, the first one is that pick and place application. The most common and simplest application is the pick and place application, where the objects are picked from one location and placed to the another location. Second one is palletizing application. Another application that is the slightly complex is that palletizing application. Okay, where the robot stacks the products or carbon boxes onto a pallet at various positions on the pallet to required height. Here, actually, the pallet means it's a like plate like a surface. Okay, on that plate, okay, the boxes or something are to be placed on certain locations at a certain distances or certain height, whatever is there. That is called as a palletizing applications. Okay, here just like a pallets means just like a flat racks. On those racks, the cartoon boxes or some other materials components are to be placed. Okay, at a certain positions, and their height is to be uh, previously defined, and at that up to that height it is to be placed. That is also material that is placed from one location to the another location. The continuing with this material or part handling application, the third one is that stacking application. Here the robots are used to stack the parts one upon another. Here one over the one part, another part is to be placed. After each placement, the vertical position is recalculated and the new stacking height is determined. That means here the for placing one component after the over the another component, the height whatever we are going to get, that is for each the placement it is to be calculated, and later the new height is to be defined. At a defined height it is to be placed. That is called as a stacking application. The stacking is placing the component one over other for the particular height. Third one is the fourth one is the insertion operation. That means here the robots are used to insert the parts into the compartments or spaces provided in a cartoon. Here, the whatever the spaces are provided in some of the cartoon or some box like shapes, okay, it's some holes. There the parts are to be inserted. Here the material is to be taken from the one place, and that is to be inserted into the another that is a position, another whatever the space is provided there, that is called as a insertion operation. Okay, this is about the material handling operation, that is from the one position to the another position, the material whatever the movement is there, that operation. Next we'll take that is in the first part only, the material or part handling application. The second one is that machine loading or unloading. In the industries, the machining operation is to be carried out on the computer numerical controlled machines. The heavy components, just like a cylinder blocks, a cylinder heads, connecting rods, and like that, the heavy components what are to be machined. Those are to be loaded on the machines, and after loading those to be fixed by using the jigs and fixtures, and that proper loading is to be carried out. Proper loading is to be carried out, and that to be placed at a particular position to carry out the machining operation. And after the completion of the operation, that is to be unloaded. Means that is to be again removed from the machine, and further processing it is to be carried out. And that is called as a machine loading and unloading. In the machine loading, or unloading application, a robot is used to move the work parts to or and from the production machine to the production machine, and from the production machine the materials or parts are to be moved. The next type of application are the processing operations. Other than the material handling operation, the second one is the processing operations. Here various industrial processes are to be carried out, and those operations are called as the processing operations. And the processing operation, for that we are going to use the robot, that is called as a processing operations application. Here the robots are used to carry out the processing operations such as spot welding, spray painting, etc. By using the tool at its end effectors, the particular tool which is required for the particular operation, that is to be used at the end of the tool. Okay. The tools can be spot welding gun for the spot welding operation, the spray painting gun for the spray painting operation. These are the two examples we can consider for this one, and later we can discuss other examples also. In the processing operations, the robot manipulates a tool to perform the process on the work part. Okay, here the whatever the robot is that manipulates. That means it moves at any positions to perform the particular processing operation. The following are the few processing applications. One is that first one, A, spot welding. The spot welding means here at on the particular metal piece, the two metal pieces are joined at a particular spot. Okay, then later that particular distance another spot is joined. The spot wise, the continuous welding is not there. The spot wise, the welding is to be carried out one point to the another point, and the distance between these two spots are predefined. And to have the particular distance and the continuous spot welding, the spot welding gun is used at the end of the that end effector of the that robot. Then we are going to carry out the spot welding operation. The end effectors of the robot here is the spot welding gun that applies the approximate pressure and current to the sheet parts to be welded. Here that gun applies the current so that the metal at that point it is melts and joins the two pieces. Like this, here we can see that one. The pressure as well as the that will be, and the whatever the pressure as well as the that current is applied on that one to carry out the spot welding. Moving to the next application, that is arc welding. Arc welding is the continuous type of the welding. Welding here is the continuous, unlike a spot welding. When the arc welding is manually carried out, the conditions are difficult for the operators since they require the personal protective equipment to avoid the UV rays, are under the danger of operating at a high temperatures. Moreover, they must be accurate in the following welding path. The welding path for the continuous welding that is required, and also the distance between the that is electrode and the metal pieces, that is also about the 0.5 mm. That is to be maintained in order to have the arc to be sustained. And that reason, okay, here the manual welding it becomes a difficult, and the whatever the problems associated with this arc welding, okay, to have the skilled person, and that is overcome by using the arc welding robots. Here you can see that one, the arc is sustained between the metal rod and the electrode, metal and the electrode, and that is, and this whatever the UV rays is also coming, gas is also coming, that is hazardous for the human beings if you use the robots, and that difficulty will not be there. And next application in this processing operation is that spray coating. The spray coating means here the coat is applied over the surface of the component in order to have the particular properties of the for the application. And like that nitriding, carbonizing, like that the material on that one, the particular metal will be sprayed, coated, now to have the corrosion resistance and toughness, like that the properties of the this surface we can have. Okay, that is spray coating is a process where the parts are to be coated by a spray gun, spraying the fluid onto the surface of the part. The fluid will be sprayed on that one. That is the another processing applications. Moving to the next, the third type of the application is that assembly and inspection. Okay, the first we'll take that is assembly application. Assembly means here the two or more components are joined to form a new components. We cannot manufacture at the single component for the complex devices or a components. And during that time, the some parts are to be manufactured first and later all together joined to form a assembly of it. And the assembly is carried out by using the robots instead of manual assembly. The combination of two or more parts of the parts to form a new component is called an assembly. The parts that join to form a new entity are securely held together either by positioning or a joining process. The positioning or a joining process by together, that is, the components are held together. The assembly automation using robots will ensure higher productivity, consistency in quality and cost savings when compared to manual assembly. Manual assembly compared, if you use the robots, the quality and cost savings and time as a productivity will also be good for this. The robots will save assembly workers from the tedious and repetitive job. This assembly is the repetitive job. Due to that repetitive job, human being the error may occur, and that can be avoided by using the this robot assembly application. The next one is the inspection operation. If the component or a part is manufactured finally, it is to be checked for its defects as well as its functioning. That is called as an inspection. Every component we cannot check. The randomly we have to check. The more inspection or a more component is to be checked, that will adds the cost as well as the time. Okay, that's why the if you use the robots for this inspection, okay, that we can save the money as well as the time, and that is explained here. Inspection is a means of checking the quality of products, that is in terms of the defects as well as the functioning also. Inspection, if manually carried out, is a labor intensive, also time consuming and costly. Okay, that will becomes costlier one. More inspection means increased manufacturing lead time and increased products cost without adding any real value to the products. Okay, it will not adding any real value to the products, only checking. Okay, that will increases the cost if you carry out manually. So use of robots for the inspection is on the rise in the industry. In the industry presently, that is use of robots for this inspection is also increasing, and that's why it will be reducing the time as well as the cost of the products. That's about the assembly and inspection application. Apart from these applications, there are other applications also there. As I earlier I mentioned, the industrial applications only I have discussed. The other robot applications are defense applications are there, medical applications are there, the service applications also there. There are number of robot applications we can see around us. That one, those also we can include, but only I have explained about the industrial applications. Thanks for watching. If you like, share, subscribe, and